What's up? What's up? Welcome to day 4 of the 5 Day Money Challenge. I'm Nia, your Chief Learning Officer, and we're just going to get right into it, like point blank, period. Let me bring up my slides. Again, welcome to day 4 of the 5 Day Money Challenge. I'm happy that you're here. If you're here, let me know where you're checking in from. Let me know. Do 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 do. Where are you checking in from? If you're watching this on replay, make sure you put replay in the chat, and then make sure you hit that like and follow button from wherever you might be watching this from. Like, follow, subscribe. Make sure you are hitting those. So now that I got all my housekeeping stuff out of the way. Oh, hey girl, how you doing? Thank you. Yes, you don't know the half. Like, I'm back from vacation, but I have so. Oh, why did it do that? I don't know why it just did that. Oh yeah, are you going to? I can't remember if you're going to FinCon this year. You going to FinCon? Because if you're going to FinCon, I could give you the deeds at FinCon. Now I think you got something else to do. You can't go to FinCon. But yes, it was a bomb. Vacation was the bomb. I had a great time. I really enjoyed it. Okay, not this year. Okay, we live everywhere now. All right. So, getting started for day 4 of the 5 Day Money Challenge. I'm Nia, your Chief Learning Officer, and we're going to get into it. Of course, first, I always have to remind you about the giveaway and give you the rules of the giveaway. So, rules are pretty simple. You want to make sure that you are in the group, active, posting the badges, posting all of the basically your homework from the challenge. You want to make sure you're posting your homework from the challenge and participating. You want to make sure you're following me on 2 platforms, and that can be any platform. I'm on Pinterest, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. You can follow me on 2 of any of those, whichever ones are your favorite. And then lastly, share it. Share it on your story, share it on your timeline. Don't be stingy. Tag someone else in the chat so that they can be here, so they don't miss out and they can get their money right too. Don't be stingy and hold it all to yourself. So we're going to get right into it for day 4. So let's recap. What have we done so far? What have we done so far? Let's recap. On day 1, what did we do? Day 1, no. Close. No. On day 1, we talked about mindset. We talked about what the things that we are doing that is affecting our money mindset, and things we're doing that might be sabotaging our finances and all of those things. Day 2, we talked about setting smart goals and setting realistic goals, and then how to find a budget that meets our lifestyle. That's what we talked about on day 2. Now, many students tell me all the time that they have a trouble saving. And if you feel this way, drop it down in the chat. But a lot of students come to me and say they have trouble saving because they don't really see the purpose of it. They don't really see the end. Like they see like, okay, I'm putting money to the side, but what's the purpose of it? They feel like they're just doing it just because, and that makes it hard for them to save. Now, if anybody agrees with that, like I say, let me know. So one of the things that you have to do is you have to associate your why and what your goals are with whatever you're doing. Okay. Because they feel like, they just saving for the end and they never really get to see the light of the tunnel. So to me, that says that you don't have any specific goals set up and aligned with your savings goals, because that's one of the reasons why you are not seeing the purpose in saving. Okay. That's why we identify goals on day 2 before we even really to start working on our finances, because Who want to be working just to be working? You're working for a purpose. Now, day 3, we talked about debt, because debt is one of the biggest reasons that a lot of people are not reaching their financial goals, because every time they get paid and whatever money they have coming in, they basically, what? It's getting sucked up by debt. You get paid, and then the next thing you know, everybody got their hand out. As soon as you get paid, they hand out and they waiting, and it's now your money gone. So that's why we worked on day 3 of finding strategies to pay off debt. I broke down the different strategies. If you're in the VIP and you have a workbook, then you make sure that you fill it out and figure out which strategy worked for you. And it also had a debt calculator, so you can figure out exactly when your debt will be paid off, which method will work better for you, which method you pay off more or less, or whatever the case may be. So that's what we talked about. So today we talking about savings. We're talking about savings because, again, that's another crucial part of your financial journey. Savings are your seed money to wealth. Savings are your seed money to wealth. I've told you a lot of things about me, and I've told you about a lot of like my ups and downs and things like that. But one of the things that a lot of students tell me is that they don't want to work with me, or they don't want to work with any type of money coach, or it's just like they don't even start working on their finances because they are ashamed of their financial mistakes. Or they feel bad because sometimes, they feel like they're on an island and nobody else has made this mistake and nobody else has had this problem before. So sometimes that stops them from being successful, or it stops them from even taking any action. And instead of taking action, they avoid it. They don't answer their emails. They don't check their mail, any of those things, because they just feel like, oh, well, I'm gonna just put this to the side and I'll worry about this later. And for now, they just continue to pay the bills as the bills come in, but they're not really actively working towards any financial goal. Well, to them, I always let them know I've made plenty of money mistakes myself. Like, I'm not here talking out the side of my neck. I'm here coming from a place of where I've experienced a lot of these things. And also to let you know you're not on an island. And just because you made those mistakes don't mean that that's going to ultimately be your end story. You can rewrite your money story, okay? We're literally winging it in a society that was designed for us to fail. We're winging it in a society that was designed for us to work until eternity and then accumulate all of this debt and make it very hard for us to be successful and wealthy. Like, how much access were you given to be taught, oh, this is what you want to do? Don't take on a lot of credit card debt. Make sure you're investing more money than you're spending. Make sure you're saving more money and you're not spending up money as you go. Instead, most things are really conditioning us to spend more money, if you really think about it. So tomorrow, on day 5, on the last day, we're talking about spending tomorrow. And we're going to talk about a lot of the different ways that they have conditioned us to spend, a lot of ways that they get us to spend. And sometimes we realize it, sometimes we don't. But I like to lead with my mistakes, to say, like, I have been there. The truth is also, you shouldn't compare yourself to anybody else. So whether they're doing good or doing bad, or they're at a further point than you on their journey, or they're behind you in their journey, you shouldn't be comparing yourself to them. And you shouldn't be very critical of yourself either, because at the end of the day, a lot of us didn't know. We are literally out here winging it. We are the ones who are creating the map for our other family members. We're the ones who are creating the steps that our other family members might follow, because somebody before us didn't create them. So we're the ones creating them, and we're creating them without any GPS. We're creating them without any type of knowledge of how this is supposed to work or how this will go. So give yourself some grace, Give yourself a grace. It impacts every area of your life. Don't set it aside. Face it. Exactly. Don't avoid it. Give yourself grace. It's all a part of your journey, So especially if you're watching this video right now, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and tag your accountability partner. So this is just some of my financial mistakes. I've been evicted before. I've filed bankruptcy before. I've foreclosed on my first home that I purchased. I purchased my first home by the age of 27, and within 6 weeks, fix my credit, doing well, purchased my first home at the age of 27, feeling really good, chest sticking out, doing well. 6 weeks later, I get injured at work. Got injured at work, hurt my ankle. I didn't have any savings, any emergency fund. So what happened? I wasn't able to pay my mortgage. I wasn't able to pay my bills. And, I don't know what anybody knows about foreclosure, but once you get to a certain level of foreclosure, they're not going to accept a payment. They're only going to accept the full amount. And if you're not bringing the full amount, then they're not trying to hear what you're talking about. So for me, that's what I did. I treated myself like I was on an island. I didn't go tell anybody. I didn't seek help. I didn't ask anybody because I felt like if I told somebody that I would be burdening them with my problems. I was ashamed of what, how could I let this happen? All of those things. So I didn't take action. So I didn't do anything about it. I sat there and then I let the house foreclose. So I've been laid off before. I've hit rock bottom about 2-3 times, and I don't share these to, make anybody feel any type of way. I share it to let you know, like, life is real. Like, this is real. These are the things that happen. These are the things that take place and how things go. But at the end of the day, none of that changes what I've done now. None of that changes what I have now. None of that changes anything. I still have the accolades that I have now. Just because my story started off that way, it does not mean my story has to end that way. None of that didn't mean I didn't go on to be an international speaker. I speak to youth, I speak to adults to help really break down personal finance and put it in your language. I've been quoted in major publications. I've been interviewed in the news. I mean, even with my journey starting off the way that it did, I've paid off $50,000 in debt. I paid my way through undergrad. So I was able to graduate with my bachelor's, student loan free, debt free. So just because I started at that one place does not mean I had to end up at that place. I took the power in myself to be able to change my story and change things. So it's important for you to do that with your own journey and do that with your own finances. Okay? I'm just saying. So I say this, to help you and to remind you that it is possible. It's always possible. So this picture is from November 2022. I'm standing in front of my first investment property. And for those on Instagram and those on TikTok, if you want to be able to see it, you want to go to the 5daymoneychallenge.com with the number 5. So the number 5daymoneychallenge.com. And I'll put it on the screen for those so that you can see the slides. Because TikTok and Instagram, you can't see the slides that I'm showing. But yeah, so this is November 2022, and I'm standing in front of my first investment property. Now, remember, this is despite me being evicted, despite foreclosing on my first home, despite me filing bankruptcy before. I was able to turn it all around, and now I'm a real estate investor. The lesson here is don't let the money mistakes burden you. Don't let it become a weight that's so heavy that it prevents you from taking action, or a weight that's so heavy it stops you from doing the work. Because a lot of times we get so ashamed, so we don't reach out to help. We don't reach out to better. We don't do anything to get better. We just avoid it. And then, okay, I'll handle it later. But next thing we know, while we're handling it later, it's growing. It's growing. It's getting higher. You know what I'm saying? So don't avoid it. Deal with it. Face it. You got to take action now. If I told you that Beyonce was right here and she was in this room behind this door and you had an opportunity to sit down with her and talk with her, How many people would move mountains to go talk to her? Would do whatever you could and had to do so you could get in that room and talk to her? Type me in the chat. Somebody type me in the chat. Oh, thank you, Asia. Thank you. Yes, type me in the chat if you had an opportunity to sit down with Beyonce, talk to her. Would you move mountains, pay thousands of dollars? I mean, we already know people would pay thousands of dollars. Look at her tour that's going around and people are paying thousands of dollars. All the funny memes going around, everything, so that they can get a chance to just be in the room with her and see her perform. I'm saying if she was right there and you could sit down and talk to her, you know? So the question is, I need you to have that energy about yourself. That same energy, I need you to have it about yourself. I need you to not play about yourself. I need you to have that energy about your finances. She said, not me. Yeah, me either. I didn't go. But yes, I need them to have that same energy about yourself and know that you that valuable and you that girl. You know what I'm saying? I need you to have that same energy about yourself and don't play about yourself and don't play about your money the same way you feel like it would be valuable. You know what I'm saying? You feel like it would be so valuable to talk to her. It's so valuable to accomplish your goals. It's so valuable for you to do what you are set out to do so that you can become great and you can reach financial stability. That's just as valuable. That's just as valuable. The stress that it would leave behind alone makes it so valuable. And do you know why? Why it's so valuable? Because you think what, well, not you think, but you're willing to do that to get in a room with her because you believe that she has something valuable to you to share. You believe that opportunity is going to change your life. You believe that that opportunity is going to stir something in you and change the trajectory of your life. And I'm here to tell you, if you take control of your finances, if you get rid of debt and work to manage your money, it's also going to change your life. It's also going to change the trajectory of your life. Okay? And I need you to value that the same way. And it's not saying that you don't, but it's putting it in perspective for you with how you need to get about yourself and what type of energy you need to put behind yourself. Now, I do this 5-day money challenge twice a year, okay? Just to show you how it works, I show up 5 days. I've been here every day since Monday, okay? So wherever you were liking this at, on TikTok, tap the screen, whatever, can I get a something for that? I show up 5 days. 5 days, and I show up and show out. What you have to do is every day I give a homework assignment. Every day I give a homework assignment and you have to do it. It's typically a 15-minute homework assignment that you have to do. And then it's to help you with something with your finances. And then you get badges. So you can take those badges and post them. Oh, hey, Patrina. You take those badges and post them. And that's how you participate in the challenge. Now, for my VIP, where my VIP at? You get special access. If you got the VIP, you get the workbook. The workbook got all the nice little tools in it. It has the financial assessment. It has the debt payment calculator. And it also has worksheets for everything that we are doing. So you can put everything in one nice, neat place and keep up with it. Now, just to show you what participation looks like commenting in the chat. Participation looks like sharing the live. Participation looks like posting your badges with your homework. Participation looks like tagging a friend. That's what participation looks like. Okay, now let's go. Now, who's been here every day of the challenge? If you've been here every day of the challenge, I need you to give yourself a round of applause right now. Give yourself a round of applause, because for one, it takes a lot to show up for yourself. It takes a lot to admit that you have something that you need to work on, or admit that you're doing something wrong. That sometimes can be very hard. It can, be a lot for someone to do. And I share these strategies to help you do better. Now, while every strategy might not be the right one for you, I know one strategy that won't work, and that's doing nothing. If you do nothing, I promise you won't see anything happen. So at the end of the day, nobody is perfect, and we're not aiming for perfection. We're just aiming for progress. And that's what savings is all about. Savings is all about making progress. Okay. Now, here's the red flag. And type me in the chat if this is you. When your savings, you got an automated savings set up, and it goes from your checking account to your savings automatically. You got that already set up. You know, like Kevin Hart, I got a checking account and a savings account. See my savings account and my checking account. But once it out transfers, you log in and you keep transferring the money back. Is anybody guilty of that? Anybody in here? Let me know. Let me know if anybody is guilty of that in any of these chats. Because that's a red flag. And it's a sign that you got to change something. It's a sign that something is not working if you continuously do that. And you push your savings over there, but then you, oh, yes. Oh, you do. Oh, Anne Marie, you know better. Oh, hey, girl, you know better. Now, here's why that's a problem. It's a problem because your savings are not building. Your savings are not growing. So that's why it's a problem. That's a red flag. So that's one of the things you got to do something about. And, you know, people like, oh, they don't see the purpose in savings. Let me give you plenty of reasons why saving is important. For one, to reach your financial goals. I don't care if you want to buy a house, if you want to become a real estate investor. Like if you want to buy a house, you need some savings. You want to become a real estate investor, you're going to need some savings. You want to start a business, you're going to need some savings. You want to travel, all those things take money. And all of those things take for you to build up money to do them. Because at the end of the day, if you sit here and you are trying to travel and you got your annual girls trip or your annual trip with the sorority, guess what? That stuff costs money. Them islands, when you own them islands with somebody's son with a margarita, they cost money. Them bad boys not free. And if you don't plan for them and save up for them, now you're going to take money from a paycheck that wasn't meant to go to that. And now you're going to put yourself in the bind. You're going to be on that trip having fun. And you're going to be on that trip enjoying yourself. But guess what's going to happen when you get home? Reality going to kick right back in. Reality going to kick right back in. You're going to be like, God damn it. Whole vacation erased as soon as you get back. Okay? So that's one reason why savings, well, hell, I think that was about 5 reasons why savings were important. Okay? But unexpected expenses. Have you ever been somewhere, got a flat tire? I could tell y'all about unexpected expenses, y'all. 2 months ago, my car caught on fire. You can look on my Instagram, my Facebook, and you can see the picture of my car that looked like it was in a scene from a movie. Okay? Car caught on fire. Literally, car on the side of the expressway on fire, y'all. If that's not an unexpected expense that I could not possibly plan for, I don't know what is. So what did I have to do? I had to get money. Oh, hey, there go my roommate. Oh, see, she said brakes. She said brakes. It's always going to be an unexpected expense. So when those type of expenses happen, like when I got the video of my car on fire on the side of the expressway and I still had to get home, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. I had to pay for Ubers. I had to pay for a rental car. I had all these things I had to pay for because it happened on a weekend. So the insurance company started the claim, but even though they started the claim, they don't really start doing anything till Monday. So what was I going to do? Sit there and just be stuck and stranded till Monday? No, I had to have some money sitting there and ready and available to be able to handle what expenses I had to deal with until the insurance kicked in. Yes, I got insurance. Eventually they totaled out the car, but until they totaled out the car, guess who had to fit the bill? I did. You know what I'm saying? So peace of mind. Because when that happened, I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, it was very stressful. Yes, it was a doozy, had me stressed, but I wasn't devastated. Because I know other people who had issues and had things happen, and either their car got stolen or things, and they was devastated. But you know why they were devastated? They devastated because they know they don't have no financial means to be able to do anything else, to be able to rent a car. Maybe they would lapse on their insurance because of other financial issues. Like, this is why saving is important. It gives you peace of mind. Yes, you got that flat tire and you got to get that flat tire. Oh, hey, Cassie. Yes, you got that flat tire and you have to get that flat tire fixed. But guess what? If you have the money to fix it, it feels so completely different than it feels if you know you don't have no money to fix it. You don't know how you're going to fix it. You don't know what you're going to do, where it's going to come from. You don't get paid for 2 more weeks. And now you got to sit here. You got to fix this. You got to get here. You still got this bill that's due that's coming up. Like, and this happened in my car at the end of the month. So that means that rent/mortgage was due very soon. You see what I'm saying? So this is why savings are important. Travel funds. Nobody want to be the broke person on the trip. Who want to be on a trip and be broke? You say, yes, I need to build my savings. Not somebody's son. It's going to cost money. What? Your car caught on fire? I'm so glad you're okay. Yes, I'm glad I'm okay too. Thank you, Anthony. Yes, I'm glad I'm okay too. But yes, that's the reality of it. You know, that's the reality of it. I had to have a savings. Traveling, when you going, everybody knows somebody that go on the trips or go to the restaurant and then they get there and they don't have no money when they get there. Type me in the chat if you know somebody who they go out and they go to the restaurant and you get to the restaurant and they ain't got no money and they looking for other people to do it. Or they go on a trip and now they want a penny pension. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a budgeter. But when I travel and I go somewhere and I go do things, I want to enjoy myself. I'm not over here to be like, okay, well, if I got $2, if I put $2, then no, I want to be able to enjoy myself. Yes, I'm still going to count my money. I'm still going to count where my money going and what my money is doing, but I'm going to live. I'm going to live. I'm traveling to live. You know what I'm saying? So, and then flexibility, it just gives you more flexibility when it comes to doing things. It gives you more flexibility and it makes you be able to live your life. You know, it hit differently. I'm telling y'all, it hits differently because real growth starts when you fed up with your own excuses. That's when the real growth starts. You could talk and you could put it off and you can say, oh, I'm gonna do it Monday, or I'm gonna do it next Monday, or I'm gonna do it here, or I'm gonna do it there. But the real growth starts when you get fed up with your own excuses, because we all been there. We do the same thing when it comes to our fitness journeys. I know I do. Oh, I'm gonna start Monday. Why are you starting Monday, sis? Why can't you start right now? Why? What's different? And you starting now and you starting Monday. I don't know what's different, but that's the lie I always tell myself. Oh, I'm gonna start on Monday. Why? Why, sis? No, why, sis? Why are you starting on Monday? You need to be starting right now. So, but that's how we trick ourselves, and that's how we just procrastinate a little bit longer, and we push it off a little bit longer so we can stay in our comfort zone where we just pay the bills as they come because that's what's comfortable to us, and that's what's cool, and that's what's okay to us. But it's not okay for our financial goals. It's not okay if we ever want to retire. It's just not. So we have to take action. Okay. So how do you save? Like, how do you reach saving goals? How do you make those things happen? Well, it's several ways that you can do it, but I'm going to give you a few. No spend months. Now, no spend months are a good way to save, but it depends on the person. I don't recommend no spend months for everybody. This basically means you go through the full month and you don't spend money on anything but your necessities. You spend money strictly on like what you need to buy that month. You don't buy. So this means no Amazon, throw it in the cart, no TikTok shops. Like, only the things that you need are what you're buying for that month. Does that do any good if the first of the next month you go and you splurge and you spend a whole bunch of money and you spend the same amount of money you would have spent before? No. So it depends on the person. If you're doing it and you're mentally really putting your mind to it and working on the things that actually cause you to spend, that's more that's more like it, and you'll see more success that way, because you don't want to make your journey transactional. Money moves are transformational, they are not transactional. So just, oh, okay, I'm not going to spend this month, and then next month you spend as much as you want to spend it, or hell, next month you spend enough for this month and the last month. No, that's not serving any purpose. It didn't help you with anything. You want to do something that you're going to start to learn, one, what your habits are. What are my money habits? What are my spending habits? And what behavior do I represent when it comes to my money? You want to learn those things. Now, if you spend the no spend month doing that, so that when the month is over, you have a new attitude, or at least you're working on a new attitude, then yes, I say go ahead, try the no spend month. Set it and forget it is another one. I personally use set it and forget it. I set it. If you work for the government, you can set up allotments and it'll go straight to your savings account. If you don't, you have capital and coins, which we talked about yesterday on day 3 of the 5-day money challenge. And then you can set up a separate savings account and then, send the money there. So where it automatically transfers there, and then you forget that account exists. I'm talking about you could put it in a different bank and don't even have that app on your phone. Don't get any type of debit card to that account. You just send the money. And as far as you know, that money goes off into oblivion. When you go to actually remember that account exists, you're going to be like, wow, like this money is growing. Like, okay, I did that. That's what you want to do. Set it and forget it. I like it. Another way is to do savings challenges. So I don't know if you all seen them. In my Facebook group, I do them and I post all the different graphics so people can do different saving challenge each year. And sometimes they save to 500. They want to save 10,000 in that year. But I always typically put like different types of challenges so that people can reach their financial goals and try to make it fun. You can compete with a friend, and the winner got to get somebody nails did or take the other one out to dinner. Make it fun, but it is a self-awareness journey. So you have to see what's going to motivate you. What motivates you might not motivate somebody else. And then that's why I feel like we mess up when it comes to our finances. We want to do it because we saw her do it and we like her car and we like the house that she live in and we want to live in that house and we want to live like that and do that. So let me go do exactly what she did. But what she did might not work for me. We might have 2 completely different personalities, bro. We might be 2 completely different people. So I can't just go mimic exactly what she did. I have to look into myself and I have to see what I like and what I'm going to deem as motivational for me to make a move. You know what I'm saying? And of course, emergency funds. You need an emergency fund. So that is definitely a way to save, to build up some money. And down payments for buying a house, closing costs. And, I've had a debate with people plenty of times and they're like, oh, well, you discourage people when you tell them to build up a lot of money for down payments. And it's like, no, I'm not discouraging you. The key is the discipline, the skills, and everything that you learn while you're actively saving that money. Because while you're saving that money, you're going to have to budget. You're going to have to watch what you're spending. You're going to have to build consistency. You're going to have to build discipline. All of those are wonderful money habits to start. All of those are wonderful money habits to be able to have longevity. And now when I get in this house, now I can stay in this house. You know what I'm saying? So that's the key. The key is not just buying the house. Buying the house is not. That is literally the beginning, like the very tip of the beginning. The goal is staying in the house. That's winning. You know what I'm saying? You can also have multiple savings accounts where you have different things for different accounts. Like you might have travel fund. This might be your real estate fund. This might be your emergency fund. Like you also can have multiple accounts. And then if you feel discouraged by making big goals, like if you say, well, I'm going to save $10,000, if that seems too much for you and that make you feel like, oh, I'm never going to reach that, make micro goals. So instead of that 10,000, break it down to $1,000. Then do $2,000. You see what I'm saying? Then do $5,000. Like break it into micro goals. So that way you're reaching goals quicker and that's going to help you stay motivated. You know what I'm saying? That's going to help you stay motivated. He says, what motivates me is seeing others win. I know that's right. That's me. I'm forever a cheerleader. I'm forever a cheerleader. I'm forever let me find that information and send it to you. I'm not a gatekeeper. I am not a gatekeeper at all. Gatekeeping don't sit right with my spirit. We all can win, we all can eat, we all can get money. It's no reason, and it's not going to do me any good to keep something from somebody else, and I'm not going to win by pushing somebody else down. No, why can't we both be up? Because at the end of the day, I don't want to be winning by myself. I want people winning with me. You know what I'm saying? So yes, he said just throw it in the bag. Oh my gosh. So yes, those are the different ways how you can save. Now, the key question that I get all the time is too much. Exactly. It's too much money out here to be out here trying to. Now my hands full. I can't grab nothing else in my hand because my hands is full because I'm trying to gatekeep and I'm trying to hold all that I got away from you. Now my hands full. My hands not free to receive because they holding on. You know what I'm saying? Don't make sense. Don't make sense to me. Don't make sense to me. So why is it so hard to save? This is the magic question. It is hard to save. It's not you. Let me just say that first too. It is not you. It's not you. It's not you. It's not a discommunication with your mind and your wallet. It is not you going crazy or you just inherently just being horrible with money. You are not bad with money. The system and society is set up to make you spend. It's set up to get you to spend. It's set up to make you spend. So you are conditioned that you need to spend. So you have to start really like thinking and being very intentional and about that action, basically. So looking at your needs versus wants, this can get tricky and it's going to look different for different people because I've asked this question in some of my speaking engagements, and I've given like a list of some type of, some items that would be in a budget and have people say, is this a need or a want? Different things are going to be for a different person. Like somebody might say getting your hair done is a want. But if I have a job that I have to be in front of somebody and I have to have my hair on point at every time, it might not be a want for me. That might be a need for me because this is part of my money making. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just blatantly say what's a need or what's a want for a different person, but you being able to decipher that in your own budget is going to make it easier for you to save. You deciding whether you're going to go to Hawaii or you're going to buy this house. You're going to wear these same clothes on vacation or you got to get a whole new outfit every island. Oh, bam, or getting hair done for medical reasons. Exactly. You might be getting your hair done for medical reasons. So when you're getting your hair done for medical, that's a necessity. That's not a want. So it's going to look different on different budgets because you're budgeting for you. Okay. And based on your lifestyle and your personality. Now, you going to different islands or say somebody you travel. If you got to get a whole new wardrobe every trip, as opposed to wearing some of the same clothes, sometimes that's a decision you got to decide. Like, do I need a whole new wardrobe? These people don't know me, never seen me. You know what I'm saying? Then you can get a little bit more, I guess, scientific or philosophical. And then you have the Diderot effect. So the Diderot effect means that basically, say for example, somebody gave you a new air fryer for the holidays or for your birthday. Somebody gave you a new air fryer. So you get the air fryer, you open it up, it's nice, it's new, it's shiny, it's beautiful, it's sexy, it got all these different features and everything. And you like, yes. And then you put it on the counter, and now you're looking at your other appliances like, this old raggedy, I need to change this out. So now, because you got this new air fryer, now you want to change out all the other appliances you have. So everything on the counter has to be new now. That's the Diderot effect. They don't have to be new. If it ain't broke, then what? I know y'all know the rest. If it ain't broke, then what? Now, the next thing, lifestyle creep. When you say you're getting a new job, and just because you get a new job and now, exactly, don't fix it. And say you're getting a new job, and because you're getting a new job, Now you got to buy all this new stuff. Now you got to upgrade your car. Now you got to upgrade your phone. Now you got to get a new streaming service. Now you got to go get a whole new wardrobe. All you're doing is subtracting all the money you just was granted. All you're doing is subtracting the money that you were just promoted with. All that money you just got in that promotion, you're erasing it. That's basically what you're doing, because now you're sucking it all out. So you have to make the executive decisions in order for you to reach savings and financial goals. That's the way it goes. And the reality that I think that we have to think about too is to remember everything's not going to have to be shiny and brand new. We need it to work. We need it to be efficient, because right now we're working on something bigger. We're working on something better. And what we're working on is going to be transformational for ourselves and our finances. So what does it take to overcome those obstacles? Because that's all they are. They're just obstacles. It's just something placed in the way that you're going to have to get over. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that's going to it might slow down your process. It might test your determination. But the question is, will you let it? Will you let it? Okay? Because what you're going to have to do is be consistent. And one of the things that you got to do is be consistent if you want to be on this journey. Consistency looks like today I might be down and I might have messed up today, but tomorrow I'm back at it. Okay? Just because I messed up don't mean I'm just going to drop it as a whole. I'm down today, I'm back up tomorrow. Like I said, nobody is perfect. So we're not chasing for perfection. Consistency means that you did it more times than you didn't. So if you go over a month or if you go over a week, more times in that week you did action and you took action than the days that you didn't take action. That's all consistency means. And to be honest, money management is a form of self-care. Your mental health and your financial wealth are strongly related. And the more that you get your finances together, the more that you will release some of the stress and tension that you might subconsciously be dealing with. Hell, you might not be subconsciously dealing with it. You know what I mean? Nobody perfect, but you have to be okay with being uncomfortable. It's going to be a period. And anytime with any shift or any growth, there is a period of uncomfortableness. And you got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I don't know how that sounds to you, but that's what it is. You got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's what it's going to take for growth. That's what it's going to take for shift. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. And if you feel like you need a little bit more boost and this is something that you can't do alone, don't worry. Y'all know I got you. And if you've been listening every day to this challenge, or you feel like, oh my God, like I hear what she's saying, you know what, she right on point, but where can I start? Or, you know, what do I need to do to make this happen? Like, don't worry about that either, because I got you for that too.
Feel like your hard-earned money is disappearing into bills and debt? Does managing your finances feel like deciphering a foreign language? You're a go-getter in every aspect of life, yet you feel suffocated when it comes to your finances. On the surface, you've been making it happen, but the truth is, you know it's time to master your money habits, and that's okay. Success doesn't mean perfection. It's okay to ask for help. Welcome to the Money Moves course. This isn't just another course. It's an opportunity to join an exclusive community of gold diggers transforming their lives. Sign up for a chance to free your paycheck from crippling debt. You can spend more of your time on passions like travel instead of juggling side jobs. The Money Moves course empowers you to keep more of your paycheck in your pocket, paving the way for a secure financial future. Imagine retiring at ease, not needing to work tirelessly till the end. You do know you can create a realistic budget that doesn't compromise your lifestyle. By the end of this course, you'll not only be making better money moves, but truly living out your financial destiny.
So I came up with the course called the Money Moves course. This course right here, this course, okay? This course, let me tell you why this course is so dope, okay? I am so proud of this. This is my baby, okay? First of all, I've been working on this course for a while, so let's talk about that right there, okay? This is the solution to freeing up your time, so you can take that annual girls trip without having to kill yourself the week before working overtime just so you can have some spending money. You know what I'm saying? This is your solution to be able to make all the school events. So I'm excited about creating this course, and when I was going through this and, working on my own financial journeys and all those different, mistakes and said that I list before, I did it by myself. I didn't really have anybody to come and bounce any ideas off. Hey, I didn't have anybody to come to bounce any ideas off. I didn't have anybody really to cheerlead for me. I wish I could have been part of a community that made me feel a little bit better about it, or, that I could even talk to about it. You know what I'm saying? Or talk about some of the things that I wanted to do. So this course represents all of that. It was the accountability that you need, the debt freedom. Like, this course represents eliminating those credit card payments and helping you be about it instead of just talking about it. Because the reality is, we're all going to make mistakes. It's just going to be a part of our journey. But those mistakes, if we dwell in them, is going to prevent us from reaching our savings goals. Okay. You need someone holding you accountable along the way, helping you stay disciplined and helping you remember your why. Because let's talk about some of the common mistakes that most people make. He said, I love this commercial. Thank you. Thank you. How do you release some of the stress? So to release some of the stress with finances, you want to educate yourself. One of the biggest, I think, weapons you can have against fear and stress is starting to educate yourself so you can become more knowledgeable about it. Because as you become more knowledgeable about it, it's not as scary. It's not as, oh my God, what am I going to do? What is this? Or where do I begin? You start to educate yourself. Then you want to organize your finances and get organized about where you are, where you're trying to go, and what you currently have. And you want to organize, you want to organize your finances to a point where okay, this account is for this account is for this account is for this. Once you clear up the clutter, educate yourself, those things will help you, one, release stress, and it will help you calm down some of that fear. But what, talking about money, like I said, everybody makes mistakes. And a lot of the mistakes we make is, one, we use our credit card as an emergency fund, and our credit card is not an emergency fund. Your credit card is there. I know that's what we heard, and that's what we were taught. And we were taught, oh, your credit card is for emergencies. To an extent, it is, but your credit card is not an emergency fund for you to use and keep charging and then not ever paying it back. That's no. That's not. That's not what the credit card was meant for. And we talked about this yesterday, but I'll talk about it again. When you have that question of, well, they said for me to just use the credit card to make all my transactions with the credit card because it's stupid to do it with the debit card. Yes, it is beneficial to use the credit card and make all of your purchases with the credit card. However, if you are not disciplined enough to be able to pay that credit card back off expeditiously, in my TI voice, then it's not beneficial for you. Then it's not the smart move for you, because what you're going to do is you're going to charge up those credit cards, and then you're going to have all this money on these credit cards, and they're going to run up and they're going to max out, and then you're going to be sitting there looking crazy with now done dropped your whole credit score. You owe all this money and you still are broke. That's why these things, it's a self-awareness journey with realizing who you are. You can't just do everything because somebody on social media said it. And this is coming from somebody on social media, but I'm just saying. So don't use it as an emergency fund. The goal is, if you're using it, you have the funds to pay it back. And that's why you have to build up your own emergency fund, because it's going to derail it if you just constantly charging on your card. Or you're going to have never ending payments because you're going to charge all this stuff up. And now your payments, your monthly payments are never ending. You feel like you've been paying this card off for 5 years and you still owe $15,000 because you're only just been paying this minimum payment. Okay. Paying off debt with your savings or windfalls. That's another mistake. A lot of people always ask the question, well, should I pay off debt or should I save money? Should I pay off debt or should I save money? I say, why you got to choose? Why we got all these memes and ultimatums? Why we always got to choose? Well, do you want to do this or no, I want to do both. Catch flights, not feelings. No, I want to catch flights and feelings. Why do I got to choose? Why can't I do both? Why can't I catch flights and feelings? Why I got to do one and not do the other? Like, what is this? You should pay off debt and save. And this is why. Let's just say you're only paying off debt. You're not saving anything, and you're making headway, and you paying stuff down, you getting cards paid off, and you like, yes, 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 knocking it out. And then what happened? Your car catch on fire on the side of, the expressway. What you gonna do? You're going to have to go right back into that credit card that you just paid off and use that credit card to pay that debt, or use that credit card to pay for that emergency, or use it to pay for whatever unexpected expense or whatever now you have to do as a result of that emergency. So now what you've done is, one, you've knocked yourself back on your financial journey. For two, you're going to get discouraged when something like that happens. It's very discouraging for you to make progress. And as soon as you're making progress, something comes along and just knock your little self back down like, nope, let's go sit down somewhere. The next thing is using your retirement savings to pay down debt. We can't even get into all the questions or things that go or what happened with that. But when you are looking to save for retirement, are you actually investing it? Is it growing? What's going to be the effects if you take that money to pay down debt? And then did you correct the habits that cause that debt before you take that retirement savings and pay it off? So this is the question that people don't ask. They always ask, should they take their retirement account to pay off debt? But the question is, and my answer is exactly your answer to my question. That's what I tell people. When people ask me that question, I say, well, my answer is going to be your response to this question. Have you corrected the bad money habits that created that credit card debt? If your answer is no, you haven't corrected those habits, then my answer is no, you shouldn't do it. Because what you're going to do is put yourself in double or triple the debt, because you're going to pay it down and you're going to feel good about yourself, but you haven't corrected the habits. So now you're going to run it all the way right back up. And now you're going to owe that money all over again. And now you're going to owe the original money that you owed. And now you owe your retirement account also. So now you owe double, and you have just set yourself back. Okay. Then don't buy a new house first. Okay. So we're getting long. It's 6:50. So I'm going to, speed up a little bit. I've been running my mouth. Let's get to the homework, because I don't want to have you guys here for the full hour. But the homework for today of the 5-day money challenge is to determine, what is your why? You're working towards savings, but what will the savings be for? Sometimes knowing your why is very helpful. It'll help you stay focused. So that's what you got to do for your homework tonight. Make sure you post it tomorrow with the badge. I will be here tomorrow on Friday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for day 5 of the 5-day money challenge. Like, we almost there. Yes, build strong financial habits. Yes, that's what About That Wallet is all about. So if you don't know who About That Wallet is, his name is Anthony. He has an awesome channel on YouTube. Follow him. He goes live every Thursday. Like, he's probably about to go live after this sometime tonight. What time you going live tonight? But he is about helping you build strong financial habits, and he brings all of us other personal finance experts on there. So if you want basically the ability to get a free masterclass from those that do it, then that you want to show up on his thing. And he does it every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, right. So bam, in 9 minutes. Okay. So if you want double trouble and you really own it, you're trying to get your money right, head over to YouTube, About That Wallet, because that's what he is, all about that wallet. Megan Trainor, About That Base, Anthony, About That Wallet. Okay. So that is it. The homework is remembering your why. Why are you saving? What are you saving for? Let me know. I'll be here tomorrow for the last day of the 5-day money challenge. If you're not signed up, make sure you go to the number 5 daymoneychallenge.com and you can sign up. You'll also get access to my newsletter, Humble Brag, my newsletter that was mentioned in the article in the Times magazine. But my newsletter is bomb though. Like I don't even know what the word to say after that, but my newsletter is bomb. It's actually pretty bomb. It comes out every week. I give out credit tips, fitness tips I get out credit tips from a credit specialist. I give fitness tips from a 20-year veteran trainer, personal trainer. Then it gives you recipes, because we all know it's cheaper for you to cook at home, and it's all cheaper when we know you got food at home. So I'll give you new recipes every month to help you find new recipes, so you don't get stuck on having to make those same things every time. And then I also do a mental health moment. So I do a mental health moment where we basically talk about, like, it's just giving you an affirmation for the month. Next year, we're going to replace the credit tips with investing tips. So that's the change that I'm going to make next year. So I just give you guys a taste of my mental health moment. Ourselves up more than anybody else. So it's important for us to take those moments. Oh, it said your newsletter is amazing. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Can we start the show with a mental health moment? Absolutely. Let's go. So yes, this is it. Thank you all for staying. Thank you all for tuning in. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. But this is the end of day 4 of the 5-day money challenge. I see I got about 12 of you over here on TikTok. I got a few of you over here on Instagram, a few on Facebook, or I don't even know. I got to look and see where these people are. I got in the group. Oh, I got 2 on YouTube. Okay. But yes, drop your questions if you have them. Wherever you are watching this from, please like, follow, subscribe. Let them know I'm over here dropping these gems, and I'm showing up and showing out so they can show other people. Don't block other people's blessings. They need to see this. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. I see you 2 ladies. I don't know your names, but you all stayed like the whole class. So thank you. Appreciate it. And thank you to Asia for her help, for dropping all my links in the chat. I truly appreciate it. It is such a help. Oh my God, it's such a help. All right, no questions. Bye for now. Bam. Doo-doo-doo.